So why do companies wants to develop application agile? Why they want to develop an application agile? Why not? So we have plenty of models, right? We have waterfall model, V model, spiral, incremental, and we have prototype model. We have rad model, fish model. But why companies want to use only agile methodology to develop an application?
It's less time consuming rather than other one.
Exactly, less time consuming, obviously, but in agile development is purely based upon client mindset, right?
Okay.
Focusing on delivering quality application to the customer. Okay, it is going to mitigate risk by continuously sharing your application to the customer. But if you go to other models, right, waterfall model, agile, waterfall model, and V model, when you're delivering application to the client, at the end of your development and testing, then we are
Yes.
showing application to the customer. But if you share your application weekly by bi-weekly, then if there are any feedback, your customer is going to tell us what the feedback is, and based upon that, we will incorporate that feedback to the next incremental model what you're going to release to the customer.
Yes.
So that we are going to mitigate our risk by delivering a quality application to the customer. Agile is simply iterative and incremental methodology,
Okay.
right? So now take an example of like this. Now, Kushbu wants to develop an application. So think that
Okay.
you have an online store. Think that you have an online store. You want to develop an application now, but you don't have resources. You don't have people. You don't know how to develop it actually, right? But if you want to, you want to make a money very faster. If you use a waterfall methodology, then you cannot make the money faster until you develop an application, right or not? But you want to develop an application. You have already a store. You have already a some store actually, toy store, and it's your store,
Okay.
right? It's your store, and you want to develop an application. Now it is in your home. Now you want to place all the toys in one online application. Now you want to develop an online application. You develop what?
Online application.
But but you don't have resources, and you don't know how to do it. But you want application to be developed soon, and you want to get the returns as soon as possible, right? So
Okay.
now you will consult IT company, IT company actually. You'll consult whom?
IT company.
You consult IT company, and you'll consult one person in that one, right? That
Okay.
person is nothing but your product owner. He will continuously talk with you, and he will gather the requirements from you.
Okay.
He'll continue to talk with you and gather the requirements from you. He's
That
the
is
main.
a product owner is basically a business analyst.
Exactly exactly product owner is like a business analyst. He will gather all the requirements to you from you actually, and he will gather all the requirements on a regular basis from you,
Okay.
regular basis. Now this guy is going to gather the requirements, right? and
Okay.
and is going to gather requirements, and he's going to develop and write the requirements in the form of user stories or a backlogs. User stories, or I can say backlogs. Backlogs or user stories both are same, but some companies will tell it as backlogs, or some companies will tell it as user stories, right? So my company is we usually call as user stories. I'm working in agile from past 3.5 years. I know the in and out of an agile, right? We
Okay.
call it as user stories. Now now who are the team members who are involved in developing an application and testing an application? All right, so there is no senior, no junior in the agile methodology, right? So we have a team called as product owner, who is the main person who is going to contact to the customer and gather all the requirements, right? And we have another person called as scrum master. What is it? A scrum
Scrum
master.
Master.
And we have a scrum team, right? So now this guy is there, right? So this guy, he's going to develop requirements in the form of user stories, right? And he will user stories are nothing but very one liner requirements. It's not like your documents, number of documents, or what you'll get for the waterfall model. It's just a one simple requirement. So now, can I tell you one requirement from the online shopping application? What she want to develop, and what you'll say that requirement to the product owner. saying that take that product owner name is Natish. You'll tell us, Natish, I want to log into application using my credentials. First, I want to develop an UI first. UI, I want to log in into application by using my credentials. You will tell those words to this guy. So now this guy will create a requirement saying that as a user, I want to log in application. I want to log in into online shopping at application. That's it. That's a simple requirement. Now, who is going to develop it, and who's going to test it? So now we have a team actually. Now we have a team. This team is nothing but your Scrum team. What is it?
Scrum team. Okay.
Scrum team. Now this guy is very busy, right? This guy is very busy with talking to you and gather requirements. But these guys are very busy in developing a requirement. But who's gonna talk to these guys? Who's gonna give requirement to these particular guys? So
That is user story.
who's gonna tackle that one? Who's gonna do the planning? Who's gonna manage the team? So we have another person called as Scrum Master. What is it? Scrum Master. Scrum Master is like a delivery manager. Scrum Master is like a manager actually, right? We have a Scrum Master, Scrum team, and we have a product owner. Now, right? Understood? Scrum Master, and we have another one called as your uh, product owner. Right? Now we have this. This is client. Kushbu is the client. Alright. So now Kushbu will give the requirements to product owner. Product owner will make the Scrum Master understand about that one. And so product owner is going to write many requirements, right? But how can we take that one, and how can we start the project? How can we end the project? How can we deliver a first phase of a project to the customer? That's very important, right? So now let's go and understand about that one. Understood, right? Product owner will give the requirements to the Scrum Master. Scrum Master will take few requirements and assign it to all the team members, and they'll start working on it. Right?
So basically, client, then it will be product owner,
Exactly.
then it will be
Scrum Master and
and then
Scrum
it will be
team.
Scrum team.
There is no connection between Scrum team and a product owner. Whatever you have only connection between these two. That's it. If you have any questions, if you have any obstacles, if you have any problems, just go and talk to Scrum Master. You don't have any authority to go and talk to client or else a product owner. If you have any questions, you can directly go and ask to Scrum Master. Scrum Master, if the Scrum Master no, then she will ask her. Otherwise, she'll go and
Basically, a project Scrum Master is like a project manager.
exactly, exactly. Okay. So why I'm talking she is my Scrum Master is she actually, right? She's from India. She's from India and she's from Punjab. Yeah. Her name is Ritu. And it's a very big problem to work with Indian clients, Indian people, right? Yeah, it's so recently, yesterday we got release actually. It was very successful. You know how much hard work we did for that one. We are in Agile methodology actually. We completed the project within before 2 days. We have released on 16th actually, but before 2 days we developed and everything. We released everything yesterday. Yeah. So now, really, I'm telling you, I worked with the US people as well as Indian people, but working with US people is always good actually. So they never care. They never care. They'll just give us a work and we have to do the work, deliver the work. That's it. But these Indian people are there, right?
They won't give you hard time until and unless
Yes.
you make some mistake.
Yes, exactly.
Otherwise, they will be flexible.
Yeah, very flexible, madam. Actually, right. Now we have these three team members. What are the team members? Product owner, and Scrum Master and Scrum team. Scrum team might consisting of your dev and testers, development and testing team, both. Right. So now to make you understand Agile much better, I have divided my Agile into different phases. Different phases. Right. The first phase is nothing but your product backlogs, right? And then we are going to take only few things from product backlog and make it as a release.
And what did you say about this user stories is just the client requirement?
Exactly. Client. We will understand much about that one now. Release backlog, and we have product backlog, sprint backlog, and sprint backlog. Sprint backlog. All right, and then we have a sprint planning. Sprint planning. All right, and then we have sprint sprint review and stand up meeting or call. Stand up meeting or call, even I can say like that. Then we have what is this? Yeah, sprint review is done, stand up meeting, and we have demo to stakeholders, right? Demo to stakeholders and sprint release, and we have another one called as sprint retrospective. All right. So these are the different phases what I have. Now let's go and understand about product backlog. So now what you want to develop? You want to develop an online shopping application, right? Right. So you're going to tell all the requirement to the product owner. Product owner will segregate it as a number of user stories. So let's take an example from the Facebook as a one user story. All right. Okay. Let's take an example of Facebook. Now, whenever you post any picture in the Facebook, right? Somebody will click on like. When you click on like, it should change to unlike, and the number of likes should increases to 1. Right? And you are going to tell that requirement to me, and see how am I going to write it. How I'm going to create the user story for that one. User story 1. As a user, if I click on like, it should change to like, and the number of likes should be increases to +1. Am I right? So this is one simple user story which you told to the product owner. Product owner is going to write like this. Got it? So this is how your product owner is going to write all the requirements in the product backlog. All right? Now, to develop all your requirements, your product owner develop 1,000 requirements. Let's take an example of 1,000 requirements, 1,000 user stories actually. But out of this, now how many user stories that are present in my product backlog? 1,000, right?
Yeah.
Right now, it is requirement given by you to the product owner. Product owner is created 1,000 user stories for that, for all your requirement.
Yeah.
Now,
So we wrote one of them.
we wrote one of them exactly. This is how your product owner is going to write the requirement. Got it? Now, out of this 1,000, this 1,000 may contains highest priority requirement and lowest priority requirement. Am I right? Okay. But we will take only the requirements which is very important to the user out of this 1,000, and we are going to take only 800 by analyzing and by discussing with the client. All right. So we have how many stories now? 800 user stories. Now, my team contains 5 developers and 2 testers. Now you're going to develop an application in the form of sprints in Agile. The duration of sprint is few weeks actually. It might be from starting from 2 to 4 weeks. 2 to 4 weeks.
So sprint backlog is just a time period.
Exactly, time period. In that time period, but what I'm going to tell you now is, in my company we are following only 2 weeks duration for each sprint. 2 weeks duration. All right. How many weeks? 2 weeks. But it should not last more than 4 weeks. Your agile sprint should be very, very small and should be flexible to all the developers and testers. And
Basically, what is sprint?
nothing but a duration, time period. That's it. Sprint is nothing but duration. Now, in these 2 weeks, I want to get user stories to work on. Now, who is going to take that one? A Scrum Master is going to take number of user stories based upon your team size into the sprint backlog. out of 8 of 800, I'm going to take only 10 user stories based upon complexity again. It's not fixed 10 based upon complexity of a story. If it's very simple one liner requirement, very simple requirement, then I can take more than 10 also. But just as an example, I'm taking 10 user stories to work on this particular 2 weeks. How many days in 2 weeks? 10 business days, right, madam?
Yeah, or 10 business is okay.
You already worked in IT, huh? Right, okay. So now 10 okay, 10 business days, right? Right. How many user stories I took now? 10 user stories to work on how many weeks? In 2 weeks. In 2 weeks, in 10 days, I want to work on different stories now. My team consists of how many members and how many testers and how many developers? 5 testers and five developers and 2 testers. 2 testers, right? Now I'm going to write the days 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10 days. Right? The first day of your sprint is nothing but your sprint planning. Sprint planning. What we are going to do in the sprint planning? What you're going to do?
We will split the days according to the work.
Split the days
According to the work. Like, we'll split the work in days. Like, in this many days, we should finish it up this application or develop this application and then test this day. Suppose if you take 2 days to develop,
Mhm.
1 day for testing. It's like
Okay, yeah. Let's go and understand it now. So in the sprint planning, everybody will get into a room, and my scrum master is going to attend the. We should have a video conference actually. We'll have a video conference, and my scrum master will open this user story. This user story, and he'll tell everybody to rate the user story. Rate the user story.
okay.
Okay, on a scale of 1 to 5. How many? This is called as your poker point.
Okay.
Poker point. In the poker point, we have a tool actually. In that tool, everybody will write the number of points you're going to give for this particular story. Everybody, but nobody should share the point what you're writing in the poker pointer to other person. It's a very secret. Based upon your understanding, you want to rate the story. That's it.
Okay.
Based upon your understanding. If you tell me to rate this user story, I'll just read it as 2. Okay, but from your perspective, you may rate it as 3. From other people perspective, he may rate it as 2. Out of these 7 people, if 4 people rate it as 2, 3 people has rated as 3, then we are going to rate it as 2.
Okay.
Alright? Got it? Then here we are going to get the number of points associated for that particular story. That's called as your poker point. For all these 10 stories, a scrum master is going to open each and every story, and we have to give the points to the particular story. Got it? Hello?
Yeah, got it.
Got it, right? Yep.
Actually, I muted because I thought you might get disturbed.
No problem. Yeah. So now, sprint backlog and the sprint planning is done, right? And in the sprint planning, it's after assigning a points to the each and every story. Now, a scrum master can assign the story to you, or you can assign your own story, whatever you worked on, what are you working on, what do you want to work on, right? You can take the stories. If you are a developer, you can take this story. You can say directly to the scrum master saying that, hey Ritu, I'm just taking this story, I can work on this story. Now, each developer will get how many stories, madam? 2 stories, right?
If it is 10 or 2.
2 stories. Why? Because we have 5 developers. Not 2 stories exactly, Kushbu, based upon complexity. It depends upon the story point again. Depends upon story point. You got it, my point?
Yeah.
Okay, depends upon
The priority.
priority and the complexity of a user story. It's not sure that everybody is going to get 2 user stories. Okay, in the first day, we are not going to do anything. Right? Only the planning. And we are going to assign the task. We are going to assign the. See now, if I give this story to the developer, or a tester, we are testers, right? We just talk in terms of testing. If you take this user story, now what you write, what the task you write on the first day is, For this user story, I'm going to understand the user story first.
Okay.
Understand the user story, and second one is create a test plan. What is test plan meaning? Test plan meaning create a scenarios.
Yes.
You can directly go and write the test cases. And third one is again your prepare test data. Prepare the why? Because what's the test data in the story? You have to upload something, right?
Yeah.
If you want, you should not upload your photo or my photo. So you have to talk to the scrum master which photo we need to upload into the Facebook, so that you have to go and like it, right? So prepare the test data. And fourth one is again you have to perform test case execution. Test case, got it?
Execution.
So these
Yeah.
are and test case execution on various browsers, depends upon your client again.
Yeah.
Various browsers. So this is typically your first sprint task, first story task.
Okay.
So like this, you have to write the task for each and every story. Developer is going to write that one, and tester is going to write that one. That's what we are going to do in our first day. First day is nothing but just sprint planning, nothing else. And every person will work 54 hours per 2 weeks.
Okay.
Why? Because usually we have to work 8 hours, right?
Yeah.
But here in Agile, we'll work only 6 hours per day. 6 productive hours.
Okay.
Got it? Why? Because 2 hours will go for lunch, and 2 hours will go for the meetings, collaboration,
Yeah.
many things, right? Okay. In the sprint planning, each sprint contains your requirement gathering, design, coding, and testing. And after end of the sprint, we need to ship a product to the customer. We should have a shippable product. I mean, all right. At the end of each sprint, the customer should start using the particular application, and he should get the returns. That's what I mean. That's what the intention of this agile actually, right? So that's what we are going to do in the sprint planning,
Okay.
right? In the first day of the sprint is nothing but sprint planning, and everybody has to work. Why not 60 hours actually? Why 10 days, right?
Yeah, but
First day we are not working anything. We are just planning. That's it.
oh,
And remaining how many days are there? 9 days, right? 9 6 are 54.
yeah.
And your scrum master is going to review whatever work you're going to do daily basis on a daily basis. Daily tester has to do something and developer has to do something, right?
Yeah.
Right. And the scrum master is going to review all your work daily, right? Daily, second day, third day, fourth day, fifth day, every day. And from second onwards, actual development and testing starts, not first day. Second onwards, developer will start developing an application, and tester will start the testing an application. But on the second day, nothing is there to test, right? For testing
Yeah.
team, but they are just going to write the
Test cases.
and test
They won't
scenarios.
execute, but they
We won't execute. We
first
will,
write
yeah,
the test.
we will write the test cases before development itself,
Yes.
right? Yep. And daily we're going to do that for it. So until you get an application, we will just go on and write the test cases. And in Agile, madam, everybody have a work. There's no person in the team where he should not have a work. Everybody will have a work,
Okay.
compulsory. That's why some people will not like Agile, right? Because they have continuous work, right? Now, and daily you have a stand-up meeting, madam. Second day onwards, you'll have a stand-up meeting. All right. So again, my stand-up meeting should be very, very, very simple. It should be just a 15 minutes per day. 15 minutes, not more than that. All right. Okay. Now, in this 15 minutes, your Scrum Master is again. It's a video conference. Again, it's a video conference, and your Scrum Master is going to ask us, "Hey, Natish, tell me your update." That's it. And you have to tell what you're working on today, what you worked on yesterday, and what you're going to do tomorrow.
Okay.
Daily, you have to tell these things to the Scrum Master. Scrum Master will make a note of it, and he will check whether you are doing the same work or not.
Yeah.
Right? Everybody. It should be not more than 15 minutes, max 20 minutes. That's it. It should not be more than 15 minutes. But our Indian clients will break the rules always,
Yeah.
right? Indian clients will break the rules always. My Scrum Master, she will take 45 minutes, madam, to be frank. She'll take how many minutes? 45 minutes. Right? And we have to stand there 45 minutes. It is very horrible for us daily. And I worked in 2012. I worked in another project. Again, it's just Agile, and we have a person called as Chris from US. And how we used to take the calls, daily stand-up calls, while he's on the way to office in a car. He'll on the mobile in a car, and just he'll join the conference, and we will talk. Hey Chris, I worked on this one. I worked on this one. That's it. Within 10 minutes, he is going to complete the call, madam.
That's cool, no? That's cool.
That's cool, right? As per the Agile manifesto, we have to move on. Why you want to break the rules of an Agile?
Yeah,
Why can't if you want to know the update for 45 minutes, just go and do the development in a waterfall. Why you want to do it in Agile? But we've already told many times, but people will not listen, right?
yeah, yeah.
So
They will eat your head. What about this? What about
what about that? Unwantedly, they'll discuss some other things, madam. We can discuss why we are spending 2 hours, why we are giving valuable 2 hours daily to collaborate, right?
yeah,
You can do collaboration at that point of time. Madam, you're getting me right? Whatever I told you till now,
yeah, yeah.
this is what exactly it is going to happen in Agile, right? And then after 7th day or 8th day, we are going to complete 80 or 90% of an application development.
Yes.
Testing will happen at this point of time. Am I right? Right?
Yeah.
So now, at that point of time, we have to demo to the product owner. That means a stakeholder. You
Okay.
have to give a demo to whom? You want to see that one, right?
Yeah.
You want to see that one? And why? Because on the 10th day, we are releasing it to the customer. And before we releasing it to the customer on 8th day, he want to check whether whatever requirements customer wants, everything is developed or not in the first sprint. Am I right? So now, if any feedback is there, no problem. We have another 2 days. We are going to develop all these two things in those 2 days. That's what you are demo to stakeholders. And he may ask you many questions in that one, and you have to be very effective and efficient to answer all those questions.
Okay.
Right? Because whatever product owner wants, he has something in his mind, right? So he'll check whether this application is meeting my mind or not. If it is meeting his mind, obviously it will meet to the customer mind. Am I right?
Yeah.
Exactly. Right? So now, 10th day is done, 7th day is done, everything is working perfectly, and on the 10th day, if everything goes well, testing team said that
Then it
go
will be
decision, go decision. After thorough regression testing, then we are going to release that application to
But
the production.
maximum time Agile will have regression testing, right?
Why, madam? On 10th day or 10th or 8th day, we are going to do regression testing.
Okay.
10th or 8th day. Why? Because they had a new functionality, right? Because of the new functionality, we have to check whether old functionality is affected or not.
Yes.
That's called as your regression testing, and we
Before that, whatever testing they ask me about, right?
whatever is testing for the user story, we have to do that one only that one.
Okay. Okay.
Got it? And we are going to release the application to the whom? To the customer, and customer will start using that application. And within 10 days, we develop 10 user stories with a very good quality application, and customer we release it to the customer, and customer can start getting the returns from the first sprint itself. Sorry, yes, got it.
Retrospective.
Release is done. What is the other one? Everything is delivered to the customer, right? So what is the retrospective then? Retrospective is nothing but again you are going to start sprint 2, right?
Yeah.
Again we have how many user stories? 790 user stories.
Yes.
Again we'll take 30 or 40 user stories based upon complexity, or 10 user stories based upon complexity, and we'll start sprint 2. Again same story follows, madam.
Okay.
Same story follows. You got it? And in the second sprint, second day, before we start our stand-up call, we have a sprint retrospective meeting. Which meeting?
Sprint or retrospective.
Retrospective meeting, right? Retrospective meeting. What is that meeting? Is everybody again will go to the room, and a scrum master will ask us, "Hey Kushbu, what went well in the last sprint? What went wrong in the last sprint?" She'll ask these two, and what are your learnings as well? What are your learnings as well? and you have to tell, yeah, everything went fine, and we have got a lot of defects, and they fixed it, and we release their application to production. That's it. Every person has to tell one good thing and one bad thing which has happened. Okay. See what the bad thing it will happen is. So we thought that it is just 2 point user story, right?
Yeah.
But obviously it's a very complex user story. It's a 5 point user story. We did a wrong analysis there. Because of the wrong analysis, every person has to work how many hours per week? 54 hours, right? But that person, for that user story, 54 hours is not at all enough. You have to have much time.
Yeah.
Then at this point of time, we're going to develop the user story within time, right?
Yeah.
That means it did not went well. That we did a wrong analysis, and that's a learning for us. From the next time onwards, we'll make sure these things are not repeating again.
Yeah.
Every person has to, that's what, right? Every sprint we have to go and analyze what the things went well and what the things went wrong, and we cannot do the same mistake again in the next subsequent sprints.
Okay.
All right. So this is what exactly which is going to happen in Agile.
Yeah. Okay.
And again, sprint is started. Until you develop all the user stories, then we are going to take that one. Now, can I add the requirements in between?
Pardon?
Can I add the requirements in between?
That depends like on the project, right? Whether you can able to do the.
We can add it. We can add it, right? We can add it. We can add the requirements. And if customer wants it as soon as possible, no problem. We are going to add it in second sprint, that one. Got it? We can add it. That's why, see, in waterfall model, you cannot add the requirements in between. If you add the requirements in between, again, we have to go back to the requirement analysis, design, coding, testing, blah, 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 many things again. But here, if customer change the requirement, no problem, let him change. Why? Because Agile is a quick time to market. Based upon market strategies, they're going to develop an applications in Agile. Facebook is also using Agile methodology right now. That's why every fortnight you will see some of the other good feature in the Facebook. You haven't seen?
Yeah, I always see something has been updated.
Yes, exactly. Now you understand, right? What's the model they're using? What's the model they're using, and how they're going to do the releases? That's so, madam. And if you observe that Facebook in 2010 and now, drastical change.
Yeah.
And technology is drastically improving, drastically changing. That's why all the people, they want to develop an application using Agile methodology. Why? Because competition is much, right? Competition is much, right? If Facebook is not developing their features, other person will develop the same feature and release the application,
Yeah.
and Facebook will shut down again. That's why every company will think differently and get the requirements to the market, and they try to develop the things very faster and quick time to market. If you release the application into the market very quickly, then you will get more returns quickly. That's why the Facebook is getting a lot of returns. And Mark Zuckerberg is one of the millionaire in the world now.
Yeah. That's true.
Right? So now I have a few questions in this one now.
Okay.
I have a few questions. Will you be able to tell that?
Yeah.
Right.
I will try.
Yep. Now, you release the you are the key person in the testing team in the Agile,
Okay.
right? And you release the application to the production.
Okay.
Then you got a very big defect in the production. Very critical defect. Now, how we going to handle that one? How we going to handle that situation?
Then whatever defect we got, right? We will first like detect that and report to the developer that this is the defect, and if he can immediately, because he's the one who developed, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so obviously we need to report that so that if it is possible to solve it out and do the regression testing on that.
How is going to solve it out? How will do that? Defect is in production, right? If somebody person uses that one, then nobody will come and use the application again.
Yes.
Defect is in the production right now. If it is in production, how will you go and fix the code in the production?
No, we cannot do.
We cannot do
and
it.
fix
And
it.
what we can do it is, first we can roll back the changes whatever we made to the production. Whatever we released, we are going to get back all the things. right?
Okay.
And there should not be any effect in the next sprint. Actually, next sprint will happen. Start.
Okay.
Next sprint will run in the parallelly, and then your developer is going to take the code, whatever he added into the server, back again to the local system, and he will try to
Rectify that.
rectify, and again we will go and do the regression testing, and
Yes. Because in production, I know in production we cannot do anything. That's for sure.
yes,
Whatever you have to do it in your environment and then finish it up and then again do the production test.
exactly. That's what we have to get back all the things, and fix it, and do the complete regression testing again, and make sure that everything is working fine now, and release it to the production. That's how it should happen,
Yes. Yes.
right? And
Yeah.
now, how many testers are there?
Total 2 testers were there.
Everybody has equal amount of work, right? Everybody has to work.
Yeah.
Everybody has 54 hours of work. Now think that one of the tester is not feeling well. You could not able to come to office for 4 to 5 days.
Okay.
Then what is going to happen? Are
We
we
might
going
be
to?
having some backup, right? And if we don't have a backup.
There's no backup. There's no backup in Agile.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then the other person has to take a route. Always.
Other person has already 54 hours of work. How can you take it? You got my point?
Yeah.
How,
Then we
how can you
act-
take it? Yeah.
Yeah.
What's that?
Then what tester work is like, actually if we cannot do it, we have to inform, right, that the work is not complete. What
No, he has a lot of work. 54 is nothing but not only 54. He has to go back and work in home, and complete all the things. Yes,
Yeah, that's what I'm telling, that if it is not possible, we cannot finish the task in time.
yes, exactly, right. Then we are going to stop the release or what?
Then I don't think so we can stop the release, but if is it possible to get a backup and finish the work, or else there might be some other easy way to finish it as well.
What's the other way? Other easy way is no. We are not going to. Developers are going to test that one. Developer are going to develop that one, but tester is not available, right?
Yeah.
And we are going to carry forward the development stories to the next sprint.
Okay.
Alright, and then once they come back, we are going to test there, and we release that particular. We are going to release the only features whatever we tested and developed thoroughly in the sprint.
Yeah.
In the next sprint, we are going to release the features whatever we did not tested in the last sprint,
Okay.
along with the new stories as well.
Okay.
Along with the new stories. Got my point?
Yeah.
Right? Now, if Scrum Master is not feeling well, madam, who is going to tackle? Who is going to handle the team? And it is handled by one of the senior person in the team.
Yeah, we can, any senior person can even handle all.
Yes, yes, exactly. Right. So this is exactly what is happened in my project, madam. Recently, we released the application, right? So this is how we planned everything, and we started our development and testing.
Oh wow, that's good. That's good.
Any questions for me here?